Hi, everyone. Welcome back to History Through the Eyes of a Millennial with your host, Chris Pacifici. This is my first solo show without Glenn Curry and H2O Studios, so let's get started. Today I'll be talking about a woman whose tragic 911 call from the World Trade Center during the September 11th attacks shook people all over the country with just the sheer horror and fear from her voice. This is the story and tragic ending of Melissa Doy. Melissa Candida Missy Doy was born on the 1st of September 1969 in the Bronx, New York City. For what we know about her, she was the only child of a single mother, Evelyn Aldrett. She attended the Spence School, located on the Upper East Side, Manhattan, graduating in 1987. Upon graduation, Melissa attended Northwestern University, graduating from there in 1991 with a degree in sociology. During her time there, Doy was a member of the Delta Gamma sorority. Initially, in the beginning, she had aspirations to become a ballet dancer, but upon graduation, she took a job in public relations and then later moved on to banking. In 1997, Melissa joined IQ Financials and soon became a financial manager, working at this company and this position until early September 2001. On September 11th, 2001, Doy and 5 other people were all trapped in the South Tower on the 83rd floor, where IQ Financial Systems was located. It was also just above the impact zone of where the second plane hit. During her 911 call, the operator tried to keep a scared Doy calm in order to extract information from her. Doy was explaining to the operator that there was no one here yet and the floor was completely engulfed. They couldn't breathe and it was very, very, very hot. Due to privacy reasons, most of Melissa Doy's phone call, only the first 4 minutes of the dispatch call were released, which ended up lasting over 24 minutes, were released by the courts. With the South Tower continuing to burn, Doy had asked the operator, "Can you stay on the line with me, please? I feel like I'm dying." Towards the end of her call, Doy spelled out the last name of her mother and asked the dispatcher if she could set up a 3-way call so that she could speak to her mother one last time, as she likely feared she and these 5 other people were not going to be rescued in time. The dispatcher, unfortunately, couldn't put her mother on as they didn't have a 3-way system for that. As smoke began to overcome her, Melissa gave the operator her mother's name to pass on one last message to her mother. Around the evening of that day, Doy's mother received a call from the operator, telling her she had a message from Melissa. "Tell my mother that I love her and that she's the best mom in the whole world." After spending 24 and a half minutes on the emergency line, Melissa Doy's call cuts off, leaving the operator speechless and horrified. 3 years after her death in the collapse of the South Tower, Melissa Doy's remains were finally recovered amongst the rubble. Melissa's name, along with everyone who perished in the South Tower, is memorialized at the South Pool on panel S through 46. With that, we have reached the end of the story of Melissa Doy, a woman whose horrific 911 call from the site of one of the worst tragedies in modern U.S. history still continues to haunt the minds of those who have listened to it and are reminded of it on every 9/11 anniversary.